Good morning, everyone. Today is Thursday, February 15th. We hope you enjoyed a nice Valentine's Day yesterday. We're very happy that you're here today because we're going to be talking about something really, really important, and that is the security by which you use our system. And also other systems out there. The bad guys are there just waiting for a moment to pounce. So Charles is going to be showing you what we have done at PayrollCentric to keep you safe and secure, your information, and what you can do to keep your information safe and secure. Charles is really good at this, so go for it, Charles.
All right, well, I'm just going to bring up a little document here to talk about it. I was just, if you saw right now, I was just in Dash, right? And I'm logged in and it's me. And we do take our security here seriously. And so I'm just going to go ahead and show you the different items I'm going to be talking about today. So Dash, logging in. When you log in, some of you may have done the whole thing where you remember the password on your on your browser. We don't recommend that, because then is basically when you take, if somebody could have access to your laptop or your desktop, if you're in a shared office of some site, they can go ahead and just go in and log in as you, no problem. The other thing is, we do change the password. There's a 90-day window in which, the password every 90 days, we ask that you change that. This is also why I don't recommend remembering password. It's a personal experience back in the early 2000s when I was starting to work with these kind of computers in an office setting, and it would have, the passwords would change every 90 days. I guarantee there was like 4 or 5 people. I don't remember my password from 90 days ago. So I never asked it to remember. I made myself remember, or I had a little trick that I would use to remember it. With most of my home passwords, I have my personal password book that I keep for my own personal ones so that I don't remember them. The other thing that I have tricks with is you don't want to make it some password that's easy to guess. Like say your birth date, your kid's name, your dog's name, anything like that. I have made a trick of my own where I will take a movie or song title or TV show name, and then I would mix up some of the letters in there with numbers and symbols. And going even further, I would look around my keyboard to see keys next to that particular letter, mix it up so that it's not recognizable and there's no pattern to it, no pattern, harder to crack. Now that's what you want to do, because by and large, when you are dealing with somebody who is trying to do something illicit, they're looking for the easiest path. And the harder you make it for them, the more likely they are to move on. They'll go to the person who uses 123 password as their password, because that's one that they would use. And then also we have two-factor authentication. Now the two-factor authentication, and this is something that's used by a variety of systems now. Your bank, Facebook, Google, all will do a two-factor where they're sending a message to your cell phone. And we use that as well because we are dealing with confidential information. And if somebody has happened to gotten a hold of your laptop, it's not so likely that they've gotten a hold of your cell phone. So you do want to get it set up that way. You do want to take those extra precautions, making your password one that's not easy to hack or guess, having the two-factor authentication so that you'll be able to have that extra security, not asking your browser to remember that password, even though you may have to go through and redo passwords a while and it gets a little harder to remember them. It's easier to do that, to remember password, but it's less secure. And what we're dealing with is we want to make everything secure. Now, the other items that I have are employee self-service. We also have for your employees usernames and passwords and the availability of two-factor authentication. Are they required to have that? No, but it's an additional feature that they can have. We also don't recommend that they ask the system to remember their device. Reason being is that it locks the employee self-service just to that specific device, so that you should never remember the device. And then the other thing that I have is direct deposits, verbal verification. We do, as a standard procedure, contact our clients for verbal verification of direct deposits. And we recommend that our clients do the same thing when they receive that from their employees. There have been a few instances where we contact the client. They say, yes, this is great. This is all, I received this from the employee. And then we find out that it's not the case because they received it from the employee's email or what they thought was the email. We were able to identify that situation and take care of it before any error happened. But it is something that we want to recommend that you be proactive about pursuing. If you've received an email, contact your employee, verify with them personally that they sent that to you. We contact our clients. We don't contact the employees. We don't normally receive communication from the employees because our agreements are with our clients and we know our clients. There are some that I talk to so much, I know them personally, but I don't know the employees. I also do my best to make sure that when I have interactions, I am doing it through an email that we already have on file or a phone number that we already have on file, not something that we receive willy-nilly. Okay, you always take that extra step to make that verification, and that will make it harder for people to quote unquote hack. So it's the employee verification. I already have somebody that's already set up. Log in, and this is my guy. Oh, I didn't put in the correct. See, that does happen to us. And it does happen to us more than once. So bear with me a second. And this is the kind of thing that you will get. So if you do that, see, that's another thing that we have. If you happen to try more than 3 times and you don't have it correct, it is going to lock up for 15 seconds. That's 15 minutes. That's another security feature. And do the CAPTCHA code. Nope, not that. 0. Okay. All right, so I've locked it up. So that's another feature. I did intend to show you that it does have that 2-factor authentication, a possibility in there. It's not something I really need to show you, but I did happen to show you one of the things that we take security seriously is that was locked up for 15 minutes. There's nothing I can do about it. And the same thing happens with you as an administrator. If there's 3 failed attempts, after 3 failed attempts, it locks up. There's nothing I can do about it. We wait for the 15 minutes to end. Things that I can do is I can request that a password be resent to you. I can also change a password, but I can't do anything and I can also do the 2-factor authentication, but that is only if I know who I am speaking to. The same thing can be done with the employees, but only if I know who I'm speaking to. And by and large, my usual step is to have that email sent to the employee for employee self-service or to the dash administrator for those cases, because then that goes to the email we have on file. And that's also something that you can do when you have a password that you need reset. We don't know what those passwords are. We can find your username, but those passwords are security from us as well. Same thing for your employees. So you can always click on reset password, forgot password, and you can reset your password. You receive an email. So we have all of these security features for your protection. So at this point, are there any questions?
I do not see anything in our questions, but I will say that it is very important that PayrollCentric goes to great lengths to make sure that we are firewall protected, and getting our accounts hacked is not a problem because we are so secure on the web. So not to worry about that. And you can help us help you by doing the two-factor authentication that Charles is talking about. Additionally, in your personal life, there are guys out there, ladies out there who are really good at getting your information. And it is very important that you stay due diligent about your information. If a bank calls you, and even if PayrollCentric calls you, they could, that could be somebody from some dark web person. We will never call you and ask you for your password. We will never call you and ask you to change your login information. It's the other way around. If you need your login information changed, you call us and we verify that you are who you say you are before we do anything. So we take this, as Charles said, very seriously. And I don't want to end this on a downer. I want to end it on a very positive note. But we're very grateful that you took the time to be with us for this particular subject because it is so serious. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. We hope you found the information useful, and we are very, very pleased and thankful that you are part of our PayrollCentric family. Goodbye for now.